Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. And guys, it's been another day where I can't complain too much, right? Even though it's been a red day, but from my overall performance of my portfolio, I think I'm okay. I think we're okay. Okay, um, we're not down bad, right? On the red day, which is good, right? Well, a lot of people are down crazy, but we're not down bad. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that. All right, guys. If you are new here, we're talking about making money, and investing in your financial future. Okay. So thanks to all of our 2,400 plus subscribers who subscribe to the channel, who watch the content, who share the content. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Okay, guys. So with that said, guys, you know I'm 52 years old. I make video about my portfolio and my portfolio alone. So do not take this as financial advice because if you do at your own free risk. Okay. So with that said, let's get down to it. Let's take a look at this here thing here. As you can see, there's a lot of reds, a lot of red, a lot of red, a lot of red. Okay. Berkshire Hathaway, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, GE, Broadcom, AMD, Disney, all in the red. Okay. JP Morgan Chase, Meta, Nvidia, Amazon, Oracle, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Netflix, J&J, to name a few, excuse me, guys, are in the green. So you can see it's mostly red, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Let's look at some crypto. So Bitcoin is back down a little bit in the last 24 hours, 2.18%. And then Ethereum is also down 4.23% in the last 24 hours. But overall, like it's been pretty much a lot of stuff has been red in the last 24 hours. You can see in the last hour, some of the stuff is coming back, but a lot of things been down overall as far as crypto is concerned. Okay. Um, Solana, right? Solana is getting bigger, but Ethereum is still doing its thing. XRP is still number 5. BNB is what, number 4. Solana is number 6. USDT number 3. I don't know, guys. We guys invest in crypto. I have no idea. But you can see today, right, from overnight to the day, this thing was like pre-market borderline. And then on the market open, it was already down before the market opened. But it just kind of stayed there most of the day. I haven't really looked at this stuff except for this morning when I logged into my computer. And I haven't really looked at this stuff until now. So we got back a little bit and then that was taken away. And then of course right now we're down. So I mean all day we're down 75 cents. And then after hours right now we're down 89 cents. So I think that's decent. We had a little bit of distribution that came in earlier, and I think I used that to buy one of my positions. The one I told you guys I was going to try to fill up is the one that I kind of bought a little bit of it. And where is it? Yeah. So it's like a couple dollars, nothing big. So I just got to add a little bit more in here, maybe like $10. And then I'll have everything in this portfolio will be one share at least minimum. Then I can start focusing on my high yield positions that I have or extreme high yield, whatever I have in here. I can start putting money in those and then reinvesting down uh, the chain to grow back this portfolio. Okay. And in here, let's see. It looked like we recouped some of the money that was down earlier. So not bad in the day. $18, $19, $119.94. Still down 16% overall in this portfolio. But after this week, once this thing pays, essentially it's going to stop paying weekly. I think this gonna be paid weekly. So one of the guys sent me a message and asked me, did I think I made a mistake as far as getting out of Alti and Misty and stuff like that? And bottom line is no. Okay. I didn't lose money in Alti, right? But I lost money in Misty. Um, and I mean, Yield Max, yeah, it helps you get your portfolio up there. But also, if you're not paying attention to your portfolio, if you're not selling out of those positions fast enough, you can lose your shirt, right? And if you using margins, it's risky business, okay? Because I was talking to who I was talking about cousin, I was just telling him I was like, margins is like one of those loan shark. You know what I'm saying? You borrow $50, right? And your position will go down to where you have to add money to margin call. You still owe that $50 plus whatever money you're gonna add to your portfolio, so you don't lose that, right? And if the position go down, continue to go down, you still gotta keep adding money. You still owe them that initial amount. But if you take a loan, I'm not saying take a loan. If you take a loan and invest in something, no matter if that go down or not, you still have to make your payment on that loan and have nothing to do with your account. But with margins, they have access to your account. So if you mess up, boom, they can sell everything and close your account if you're going below what you owe them. So you got to be very careful. Okay, guys, if you're using margin. Well, I just put that analogy in there. That might go over some people's head. Some people might understand that. That's definitely up to you guys. But no, your Mac sucks. They have a lot of products. They got some good products, but I mean, I think the last time I checked, they got close to like 50 plus different things. It's too much to keep up with. And them switching to weekly, I don't, I don't know how much of a difference it's gonna be. We had Alti, right? For a long period of time, they came up with Max, Mag, all that stuff. All of this stuff still sucks. Okay, so I still have some of the positions, the ones I think that can hold up. I mean, PLTY right now, today's a bad day in the market. So, but you can see what I bought this at $75, and it's still down at $62. Okay, I'm still down a couple $1,000 in this thing, and whatever distribution I'm gonna get, it's not gonna be enough to cover this. So we're gonna see how it's gonna go. But for me, it's a suck product. Okay, so it is what it is. Um, Today has been another big day where the portfolio is doing this thing. I didn't update this thing earlier. I did not update that. Let me see. Let me hit this sync. It said 2 minutes ago I updated it. I didn't do it. Maybe when I logged in, it updated. Um, oh, it updated by itself. But I didn't. I promise you guys, I didn't update it. I didn't touch it. So if it did it, it did it by itself. I did not do it. Okay. But if you investing in those stuff, yes, it's okay. You can get a lot of distributions. But if you're not doing what you need to do with those distributions, yeah, you can be in bad shape. Okay. If I didn't have money invested in other places, yes, my portfolio would be gone. But because I have money in other places, not probably I want to be gone totally, but I was able to transfer cash from my other portfolio into my big boy portfolio. That's why I want to, combine all of my portfolios together to have margins, so I don't have to deal with it. And right now, the good thing about me selling things in my portfolio is a lot of the stuff that I have that I'm selling is attached to margins. So um, once I sell the last chunk of my my other positions, I think I got Nvidia, PLTY. Now it doesn't say I'm not going to buy some of those back, right? If they're performing, yes, I'm going to buy them because they're performing. But if not performing, no, I don't give a shit. If it's not performing, we're going to cut them out and keep it moving, right? Um, Today was a bad day in the market, like I said. So some of the stuff, like I said, I bought POTY yesterday at $65. Right now, it's down to $63, right? Pretty much the distributions I was going to get. is what that is. Let me see. Let me check something real quick here. I'm checking something real quick, guys. Give me a second. I'll move this over for you guys. Okay. So let me move this right here. Alti. This is what I just sold, right? The up 1 cent. I sold at $5.55 from yesterday. But what I sold, was it yesterday? I don't remember what day it was. Time go by so fast. Was it yesterday? I think that I sold my Alti. So for when I sold Alti, go ahead. This update, guys. For when I sold Alti, right? And Alti pay every week. Okay. For when I sold Alti, get rid of margins, distributions, yes. And then show what I bought. Okay. So I sold my Alti. No, that's POTY. Where's Alti? So I sold my Alti, right? Like I said, I sold 10,000 shares at $5.55 yesterday. If I said today, I sold that yesterday. Today, right? It's Thursday. The market's bad, but at the end of the after hours, right, it's up 1 cent, right? So it's $5.47. And I was listening to one of the guys. I saw on the video, and he was saying something about he preferred for them to do reverse split. Reverse split, and he said he wanted reverse split. Reason being because of the cost, I think the margin requirements or whatever it is. And he said reverse split will benefit you. Yes, let's say I have $55,000, right? If they do a reverse split, I'm gonna have the same amount of $55,000. But if they do a reverse split at $5 and say whatever, right? And my 10,000 shares, if they do a 5-to-1, a 6-to-1, a 10-to-1, or whatever it is, I will be losing income because let's say right now they're paying 10 cents a share, right? Or 9 cents a share every week, which is about close to $1,000 a week. So it's about $4,000 a month. Now, if I have to go from 10,000 shares, right, to maybe 4,000 shares or 3,000 shares, even though the value of the price of the product is higher, guess what's going to happen? In a year from now, again, we're going to be right back to this $5 or $6. Because the people that are doing the investment, they're not doing it right. They don't know I won't say they don't know what they're doing, but the erosion, right? Because they're giving us our own money back because they have to give us something because that's what it is. So we'll get that distribution every week. They're giving us some of our money back, our own money, return on cash, whatever they call it, right? So we're getting our money back from what we invest. Because if they stop giving those distributions, people were like, I don't want to invest in this stuff because I'm not getting any money back. Because as they pull that money to give us, the stock price go down. And then if it don't recover, next week it goes down. The next it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. This is how we end up at this price. So, and they said they're not going to do you might say they're not going to do a three-way split, a reverse split, except the government make them do it. Okay? But before they do all that, I'm getting out, right? Whether they're forced to do it or not to do it, I'm out. I already sold out of it. Boom. I still got PLTY, I still got NVIDIA, I still got some other stuff that some of the products that they have. Okay? But like I said, from yesterday to today, the thing is down 8 cents. Okay, from what I sold yesterday. I mean, 8 cents is fine if you got 20 shares. But if you have 10,000 shares, that adds up. Plus, from where it was before, I think my cost base was at $8. right? So that $8 to $5, that $3 and something between there, it's like thousands of dollars, 20 some $1,000, right? And because you're getting a $4,000 or $5,000 a week, yeah, it's cool, right? $4,000 a month is cool, right? But if you're using margins and all the other stuff, it's not cool. So guys, like I said, you can make some money, but you can lose some money if you're not paying attention to your portfolio, if you're not paying attention to what you're doing, or you don't understand your own strategy. Okay? We use the Robin Hood method where we take stuff from the rich and give it to the poor. We can't be doing that with this when it keep going down. So right now I'm out, right? I know I can buy a certain amount of shares, but like I said, from yesterday to today, it's down 8 cents. Is it going to recover? I don't think so. It's going to continue to go down. Okay, so I mean, invest in it if you want to invest in it. I mean, that's your thing. Okay, we'll go back to 1 year ago. 1 year ago, October is at $10. Hmm? $10. A year later, it's already lost almost $5 in that. Okay, we max it out. Let's look at max it out. That's March 2024 was at $20. So I mean, it's a lot that going on with this thing. And like I said, I don't know how to do all that option stuff. Because if I know how to do options, stress without the stress, I would be doing it myself. But I don't know how to do that shit. So I rely on somebody else to do it for me and do it properly. And if that person can't do it, guess what? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move on, find somebody else who can do a better job at saving my money than me losing my money. Because bottom line is my money. Okay, guys. So that's my take on that. And I don't day trade. I don't like day trading because that means I have to pay too much attention to my portfolio. But I mean, we do a weekly trade, right? Where I might buy something, keep it for a week, and then sell it, collect whatever distribution to pay, and go on to the next. This is not like a loyalty thing, guys. This is about your life savings. This is stuff about money you work hard for. That's what it's about. Okay, and then switching everything to weekly. If they got a few things at weekly, and all of those products is not doing good, or they're doing the bare minimum and it's still losing value. All right, we'll do POTY real quick. Right, and everything's still losing value. I mean, that's what I sold here today. It went up $90. It go up and down. I mean, it's fluctuating. It might recuperate. It might come back. Then again, it might not. Okay. MSTY, Misty. Okay. I love Misty. I've been there for a while. Okay. I bought my highest. What I bought was at $25, and because of margin, I should have double what I have in Misty, but because of margins, they end up selling some of my Misty to cover margins. So at $27 high is $44. Okay, and this stuff just dwindling down. All right, so this is December last year, $31, and we now at $13. Right, we're getting distributions. Right, we're getting distributions, but I mean, distribution is cool. I'd rather get 20% and then lose it now than get 90%, 100%, whatever they we're getting, right? And then losing my money in the back end, right? 199.57%. That's crazy. Yes, risky as all get out, right? Paying $1, $2, $1 something, $2, $3. Yeah, I collected all of these right here. But in the end, the money that I was in the negative was a lot. All right, 100 some $1,000 come down to 80 something $1,000 at the end. I still collected distributions, yes, but still, that's a lot of loss. So, you know, when I started doing this thing here, right, when I started this process of investing and stuff like that, was so I could retire early, right? And spending an hour checking my portfolio during the day, all in, that's not bad. That's not work for me. But if I have to spend more than that on my portfolio because I'm investing in something that's more riskier, it wasn't need, right? 24,000 is all I need to live outside the country. So if my portfolio is generating 25,000 a year, that's more than what I need. Now, right now, it was generating 20 something dollars a month. Right now, of course, that's probably going to change because all the changes I made to my portfolio, right? And all the changes I'm going to make because I still got some of this other stuff that I need to sell out of my portfolio because they're going to weekly. Right now, I'm at $16,000 a month. So by the time I finish selling all of these extreme high yield stuff out of my portfolio, I might be at $10,000 a month. But even at $10,000 a month, right, I still have enough to cover whatever extra bill that I got to pay every month. Right, that $5,000 that I pull out of my account every month, and then the other $5,000 that I use to pay off my other credit card every month. So it's about 10,000. So now I have to increase my portfolio back up to 10,000 a month. But 16 grand a month right now is not bad. It's still, I think that's good. That gives me more motivation to work my way back up to that 40 grand. That was going to take some time, but I got to do it smart. I got to be smart about it. And now I tell you guys, pay attention to your portfolio. Pay attention to your portfolio. Because unlike day like today, it'll be day that I probably would have bought, right? I would spend money, bought stuff in my portfolio. But at this point, I'm like, I don't care. I got enough money coming in. I'm going to collect a few dollars today, right? And then we're going to reset. And guess what, though? I already got 6,000 plus in the portfolio already, right? Depending on what's going to come in this week, it could be $4,000 or $5,000 coming in this week. We're good with that, right? We made $4,000 this week. That's 10 grand already. I still got 3 more weeks to go before the month end, right? So if we can generate another, based on this thing right here, that means we're going to have to generate maybe another $2,000 a week to get to $16,000 a week. But guess what? This not showing my other portfolio, we should probably bring in another $400 or $500, right? But that still keep us at $16,000, $17,000. So that money right there, it's estimated, right? It's estimated based on what we're gonna get. And with them switching over to weekly, let's say I was getting $1. Now I might be getting 20 cents or 25 cents, right? Like this switch Misty to weekly was I getting 10 cents, 8 cents, 9 cents, or 9 cents, 10 cents. Now if this switch to weekly, we'll go from getting $1 or $1.50 or $2 to 15 cents or 10 cents. I might as well put my money in something else that I'm gonna get 50 cents or 75 cents that costs more. Like W Pay, right? Right now, they pay, I think it was like 70 cents, 50 cents, 80 cents, whatever it was. But they're paying more than, what do you call it? Ultimate, right? And today was a red day, right? And my portfolio, I mean, we're not down bad. It being a red day for my portfolio. We're not down bad. I'm down maybe like $70, but I'm still up $1,800, right? And I just collected a distribution. I collect distribution and my portfolio up. So whatever distribution I collect, I can tell you guys now because you're gonna know by the time I make the video. But whatever distribution I collected, plus what my portfolio is up, is a positive to me. So guys, I'm telling you, sometimes it's not all about how much money you're getting, right? But how much money you're keeping. It's that thing, right? You said like, you make all this money, but how much do you invest? Or how much do you save? because what you make and spend, it doesn't matter, it's gone. You can't account for that. It's gone. You already spent it. But what you reinvest or save, that's more than mean anything. So if you're making $25,000 a month, but your portfolio is losing $15,000 a month, you're only making $5,000. So I'd rather make 10,000 a month and my portfolio go 2 or 3,000. I'm making 12. I'm making more than you. Even though in the front you're making more money, but in the back end you losing money. I'm trying to explain this in the basic parts of, you guys know I try to keep things very simple because not everybody got the knowledge. So I keep it simple. I talk in layman terms because that's how I learn layman terms. That's how I talk, right? So you got to pay attention. Yeah, the money coming in is good. This coming is good. But when you take out the erosion that comes underneath, yeah, that hurts. So all of the money that I've collected overall, yeah, it helped my portfolio. It helped my portfolio grow. But then if you think about how much money my portfolio was down, I think I just showed you guys that thing. I don't want to look for it now. Thousands of dollars, almost $200,000, more than 200,000. Not almost, more than 200,000, right? Let me see if I can find this real quick. I'm gonna make this before the video short. I don't want to make it too long because I get into stuff and I get all yappity dappity, and I re-updated what I sold for my alt. And now, shoot, my negative amount. So from where I updated this stuff, I haven't updated since I sold. From where I updated this stuff, right? Alti was 550, 550 when I sold, right? And where's my goddamn Alti? That's so. And that amount that I sold for less than that balance in there. I didn't get the actual invested amount. That's all. I don't really worry about the other numbers. They don't really matter to me. It don't really matter to me. And it was like 50 some $1,000, 55,000, whatever it was. Alti, so that's 55. Where is it? 55, 6. So it's more money, right? 55,000. 55,000. $600. $615. And 57 cents. This is what is left. So this is going to be a little off. So I need to go back and adjust the amount as far as the loss goes. But it's like a couple of dollars, not a lot, a couple $100, if that, right? That's it. But the number here, these two numbers accurate, so I'll fix that later on. But this is the loss. But if you look at all of the distributions that I got, right, we did close to over this amount. So I didn't lose money. But in this Misty, I lost money in Misty. AIYY I sold before I started this spreadsheet, so I don't have that information in here. And I lost money in AIYY. So the two things I lost money in, the Misty and AIYY, those two. But I'm like, you know what? I'm in this for the long run, right? My goal was $24,000 in the beginning, a year, and I got to close to $40-something thousand a month. So if I can do that, I know I can do it again. But now we gotta do it the right way, grow the portfolio slowly. And like I said, next week, by the time I finish selling the other boys out of here, this number is going to drop down. But with what I'm going to be doing, buying and selling during the week, that number can go up or go down. But we're going to see how they're going to go. We're going to see how it's going to go. So, guys, you do what you got to do. You know, you got to know when to jump ship. Okay, this is your money. You're not getting the benefit to support somebody who is just out there making money and not doing nothing for you. Okay, so you do what you want to do. I feel like if the guys, they have a whole month to sell options and do this other stuff they're doing, right? Now they got to produce that every week. Take Alti. If Alti was doing good, right? Everybody talk about Alti. I made some money on Alti, yes, but I lost out of all the money I made. If you take out the loss, I make like 10 grand, right? So that's not a lot for over a year worth of work, right? I rather make 20 and then my portfolio go up another couple of grand. I'm good with that. They're making 100 and your portfolio go down about 70,000. If that math work for y'all do it. Okay, guys? So as you can see, these are the four main portfolio I have, right? This one going to be moved into this one at some point. We just showed that earlier, it's down. But it's still generating income, right? It's still generating income. We got one position in there right now, two. Ready one. But we're going to switch that up. I'm going to switch that up when I move that over. So when I move that over, this whole 12 grand here, plus whatever's going to be left over after, it's going to be going into WPay. That's it. And we're going to collect that money, put it aside, pay car payment, and then we're going to just keep moving the funds over. That's it. Keep it moving. Okay, guys, so you do what works for you. Okay? We're know all the portfolio combined, we're looking at $20,000 this month, more or less. Future value of the portfolio is getting there. Okay? 6.5 million in 10 years. 1.2 million in 5 years. I think that's a good number. We did over 400,000, 500,000 a year in income, so that's nothing big. We can do it again. Right now, we're looking at 2.1 in 5 years. We're going to get to that point soon. So it's all work in progress, guys. Okay. Remember, do your own due diligence. Like I said, you don't have to look at stuff and say, "Oh, I don't know how to read the chart." You don't have to know that. You see, right? You come into this stock analysis. You can look at the holdings, what they have in there. Yeah, you can look at the chart. You can understand this stuff. Huh? This sounds like rocket science to me, right? The candlestick. I've tried this stuff, but I can't figure it out. I can't. It's one of those things that it never really compute for me. Okay. I know the basics. When I was more into that when I was doing day trading, but I couldn't deal with that too much, so I left it. I came back to the boring stuff. Okay. But you can look at this right here and you can tell, right? This thing was at $13.80 right? And this is just today. And now it's been down, okay? And you can say, you know what? I'm going to go back 5 days. 5 days to October the 3rd. Let me move this over there. You go back 5 days or 3 days from the 6th right here. So 6, you can see it. You can go back a month, okay? September the 10th. You can go back 5 years. It's not going to go back that far back, but you can go back all the way over here to, what is that? 2024 February. Okay. That thing was at $21. Of course, it shot up, down, up, 30% to where it is now. And it's going down. So you think them switching this to weekly going to make a difference? I don't think so. All right, guys. That's it for today. Have an amazing day. Okay? Like I said, we didn't lose money today. Across the portfolio, if I add all of my portfolios together, we didn't lose any money today. We made a few dollars. for me, it's always good. Once I get in my distributions and my portfolio is not losing money, I'm good. That means I'm not losing money. Okay, guys. So invest in your future. Do what works for you. Choose your strategy. Okay. If it's not working, change it. It's your money, guys. Because if you don't do it, you're gonna lose your money. It's your money. Okay. So if the strategy is not working, guess what? Change this. Change the strategy. Okay. There's so many different people on YouTube that talk about investing. I don't talk about investing for you to say, okay, well, I'm gonna follow what they're doing. I talk about investing to get people to invest. Okay. I got my rich to poor strategy, right? Take money from the high yield, put a low yield. You lose money in the process, but you get something that to invest and grow your portfolio. Okay? So you use what works for you. If it don't work, you try something else. Because at the end of the day, it's your money. If you give money to somebody to invest and they lose your money, well, you can't take them to court. That's they invest, they lose it. They're investing it for you. You trust them to do it. They lose it. I mean, you're gonna know they're losing it. If you don't check it on, you're not gonna have no idea, right? People put money in a 401k for work, whatever, and they never check it until they get laid off or get fired or go to another company, and then they check to see how much money they got in there. Sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down, but you gotta take what you got. You can't say nothing about it. Okay. So my thing here is to encourage people to invest. That's it. Choose your strategy, choose your level of risk, and invest and make money. If you got a long term, 20 years, you can go lower. If you got 10 years, you can go mid or high. Okay, if you got 5 years, you can go extreme. You can still make money, but you can lose something too in the process. Okay, guys, so have an amazing day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow to make more money. It's Friday, payday. Peace out.